first aid model, which is widely, given credibility across the world now, is very much on that first aid model that we all understand from physical first aid. We are not the professional caregivers. What we are the listening ear, the person who's able to maybe see things from a colleague or family member, and maybe start to put some of those bits of the jigsaw together, and maybe, if necessary, hear something that that person says and maybe gently challenge them on it, or even ask that person directly if they're having those thoughts. So we would strongly think about the fact that we are not formal caregivers and we're not counsellors, and we're not looking to build up these therapeutic relationships with anybody. But what we are is a link to individuals who could be that therapeutic link for that person, helping that person to make those first connections, or maybe helping that person use an EAP scheme, an employees assistance program, or supporting that person to maybe come to HR or whatever it is, or access our NHS. But very much that, that person who is that bridge between where they are now and that ongoing support, and that we would discourage somebody becoming some pseudo or faux counsellor, because in some respects, definitely that person isn't qualified to do that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that when that person isn't in that therapeutic care, that that person, if they were a colleague or a family member, couldn't be there to support that therapeutic process, helping them get there, talking about what's gone on if that person wants to. But a first aid model is just that. It's noticing, it's awareness and alertness, and it's being able to direct that person to the most appropriate care for them, depending on where they are. Have they had just one thought about suicide, Or if during our discussions, is it clear that it's gone much further than that, and that person is actually struggling to keep themselves safe? Massively, our response needs to be, tailored towards where that person is.
Yeah. So there's clear boundaries of what the role is, if you like.
Yeah, of what the role is, and more what it's not, you know. And I
Yes.
think that frees that person to feel empowered to engage with others, because you're not getting given a hot potato that's yours and
Yeah.
there's only you, because that's much too big a burden for that person. Our role is to start those initial conversations, hear that disclosure or ask directly about suicide, and then work with that person to find the most appropriate hands around that person that they can grab onto, facilitating that, giving more or less support. Some people may have just had one thought, they might be more than able to ring somebody but other people, they will need lots of guidance and lots of cajoling towards that ongoing care. And the course teaches those different levels of being able to connect that person. But it's very much that first aid, first responder kind of syllabus that we're teaching.